there would be no beans on this stream. Beans. 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 Lesson 1, never trust a YouTuber. We lie to you for a living. Hello. Am I live on Twitch as well? I can't possibly know. I think I am, but my preview won't load, so that's an interesting thing. Anyway, somebody can tell me. I may or may not be live on Twitch as well. No? Kind of live, you only have audio? Interesting, interesting. 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 Well, I mean... Well... Yeah, Twitch, I guess. Hello again. Before I get into this, I want to, just... briefly apologize for any lack of these Factorio streams in the last couple of days. Or in the last week. Had a little bit of a cold, and I'm still kind of on the very end of it, so I just wanted to say, if I'm breathing loudly or sniffling, that's why. If you're super sensitive to that, this might not be the one for you. Okay, I think Twitch is busted, so... maybe we just don't do Twitch. We are a YouTube streamer. Let me just pop my chat out because it's in an annoying spot. Just sick ASMR. Yeah, that's not really most people's cup of tea, but you never know. You could find the odd sicko. We'll do some can opening ASMR. Oh, sorry, not the beans. Not the bean can. A can of drink. Caffeinated beverage. Right. Now, of course, I do have the joyous task of remembering where I was a week ago. Clink, says OBS. Sorry, I have that hidden. There you go. Thank you for 200 sec. 200 krona, right? However much that is in human money. Appreciate it. Remember to like the stream? Yeah, that person is correct. Remember to like the stream. Right, I do remember that we ended after just setting up a coal drop and an iron drop train. The coal drop is going to get attacked very soon, so I should probably grab my car. Where's my car? All the way over there. And go put those boys down before they become a problem. Before getting into the business of polluting even more. The goal today, because it's very important to set goals on YouTube, I would say is to leave Nauvis, but I suspect that's ambitious. So instead I will say the goal is to make progress towards that goal of leaving Nauvis. Yeah. Yeah, we can do that, right? We can make progress towards a different goal in this stream. Yeah, so if I'm clearing my throat a lot and stuff, just please, you know, bear with me, or don't. I'm not forcing you to stay. I understand if you really hate that kind of noise. And I would not begrudge you if you left me. Oh, silly robot. Come on. It was just a little tree. Get in. Let's go kill some bugs. Do I actually drink a lot of tea, or is it just a stereotype? Is it even really a stereotype anymore? Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I live in America. I know that it is a stereotype. Oh, wait. These bugs are on an island. But I think this is shallow water they can run across. Let's find out. Yeah, okay. So they do want to die. Let me know if the game's too loud or anything like that. Always trying to get my audio balancing right. Usually failing. I think we've had some evolution. Anyway, whether or not it's a stereotype that the British drink a lot of tea, I do not. I drink some quantity of green teas, but oh god, that was a mistake. I thought I would be able to drive in that shallow water. Bottle of water. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm gonna die. Well, at least my car is gonna die. I'm probably gonna die. What's the button for swapping weapon? I cannot for the life of me remember the button for swapping weapon in Factorio. Anyone? This is a good start. Next weapon. C. Interesting choice. Interesting choice. Wow, you just lose everything that was in the car, huh? I believe I can handle this. We have wiggle tech. Yeah. Not that I'm very good at it, but the nest is dead. It's okay, I needed to get back here and craft a new car anyway, so I'll just do it more quickly this way. Now would be a good time to insert ads, says YouTube. Interesting idea, YouTube. Interesting idea indeed. Now, where did I build engines? I know I built them somewhere here. I think I must have built them in the earlier section of the factory. Get spitted on. If only. If only. A man can dream. Didn't I build engine? Oh, there they are. There they are. Okay. I knew I had to have made them somewhere. Steel plate and iron plate. Wait, is it really... Is it that simple? God, I've been building cars completely wrong this whole time. You love ads, give them to us. Oh, okay. I didn't actually realize. I thought you hated them. Let me just queue up a load of research. Including but not limited to flamethrowers. I think that follower bots might actually be more viable than normal in this playthrough because of having the military planet installed. In before the stream is sponsored by Gorilla Glue. What now? Any particular reason? Or? Is coal coke a much more effective fuel or something? Car felt fast, is all I'm saying. Car felt fast. Don't mind me, just deforesting. How far in the tech tree am I from tanks? I don't think I'm that far, but I'm quite far from the chemical science required to make explosives, required to make ammunition. Off the top of my head, I think. Cannot confirm or deny that that is actually true, but I believe it to be. And isn't that all we can really hope for? Belief. Sorry, again, I live in America now. I'm exposed to a lot of religious people. The number of phone calls I get asking if I'm coming to some missionary thing. Is it a scam? Is it a scam in the US? I mean, not religion. We already know that. I just mean, is these religious groups calling around saying, "Hey, are you coming to this missionary service or some shit?" Is that a scam? Because surely they're not particularly successful if they're like actually trying to be evangelist religious people. Yeah, whatever. Let's. Probably not a good way to open a stream. Oh boy, that's a pretty big nest. Huh, they're getting kind of scary. Can I drive yet? Only if there is a licensed driver in the car with me. Turns out I have to do quite a convoluted set of things before they will let me loose on my own. Basically, Ohio actually this year introduced a new set of regulations for new drivers, whereby people younger than 21, I think it is, have to do... Okay, I'm just going to get on the rail here and hopefully not get crushed. People under 21, I think, have to do... it's a, in theory, 24-hour online course, and sorry, can't do Factorio and talk at the same time. 24-hour online course and 8 hours in-car learning, and then you get some certificate after having done that, after which you have to do 50 hours of supervised driving. And okay, again, this is, in theory, this is for new drivers, 21 and under or something, so kids, basically. And that makes complete sense. That's entirely reasonable. Driving... A full driver's license should not be an easy thing to get. You can kill people with motor vehicles without even trying too hard. The rub is that they then just applied the exact same regulation to most temporary workers. So most, you know, immigrants. Not all. If you're from certain countries, your license is valid. But that doesn't include the UK. So my 16 years of driving experience, and probably about 500,000 miles driven, count for literally nothing to Ohio, to the Ohio BMV. I have to undergo the whole thing. If you're from Norway, your license is valid. Hang on, let me just check whether or not you're all lying. Canada, France, Germany, Japan, South Korea, or Taiwan. Sorry, you are wrong. Norway not included. So you would be in the same situation as me. I appear to be missing red inserters. Right, I gotta feed power into this. As I'll say, epic dragon. Is this me proving that I'm live right now? No power? Oh. Oh, missing power poles, okay. Fairly odd considering our strict learning curve. Try not to think about it too much. It's clearly not something that was thought about very much. You know, you could quite easily argue that driving standards in most of the world are higher than they are in the US. This is clearly something that has been applied to new drivers, and then as an afterthought, they've gone, oh, we'll apply that to migrants as well, just because that'll be easy. I think that it's been said, and this is not my opinion or me stating anything as fact, this is what I have heard, is that the reason it's applied to temporary workers is because of an increase in Haitian migrants to the state, whose driving standards were allegedly very poor. Allegedly. This is not my opinion or words. Again, this is what I have been told. Is the reason why this was blanket applied to temporary workers as well as the youth. The DMV will always suck. Luckily, I will never go into a DMV because we're one of the few states that calls it the BMV. The Bureau of Motor Vehicles. Ooh, Bureau. Much fancier than Department. Oh my god, the rocks! The rocks, man! Ah, beans. Also, power poles. Arizona changed it to MVD? Is that... Wait, really? The motor vehicle department or something? They just want it to be different. If we have BMV, what does B&Q mean? I think you're mistaking B&Q for the British hardware store P&Poo. I used to work for B&Q. Oh, no, don't make that. There you go. The more you know. Hazel used to work at B&Q, and I used to call it P&Poo. Me and my wife found that very funny. Oh, come on, robots. It's okay, I'm just crashing into stuff. My car is stuck. That pole doesn't even need to be there. Get rid. The reason this is the most annoying for me is not personal freedom, you know, having the ability to drive to different parts of the US or anything pithy and boring like that. It's that it means I can't continue my learning to drift. That's what I was doing just before we left the UK. I was learning to be an absolute hooligan. And now that will have to wait. I'm pretty sure you can comfortably feed this many smelters off of a single belt of coal. They use very little, really, if my memory serves correctly. I'm drinking a Highball Energy Blood Orange because we're bougie bitches here and shop at Whole Foods. It's okay. It's very like it doesn't have much flavor. That's the kind of thing I like. It's super basic. Alright, cool. This is now running a load of iron. I can't actually remember off the top of my head how much. I think we will have 3 belts worth of iron coming out of here. I think. I'm just going to feed it all into a 4 to 3. Just to balance things out. I don't think it's necessarily necessary. I'm going to do it anyway. Would the half belts mess with that? I don't know. Fun fact, the term highball comes from early American railway signaling equipment, where the ball on a rope would be raised when you could proceed at full speed, thus highball. Are you sure it doesn't refer to the kind of drinking glass known as a highball glass? Just a question. Is this a 4x3? No, this is a nothing. That's an upgrade planner. 4 to 3 belt balancer. I cannot remember for the life of me whether this kind of balancer will handle like the half belts like this. I'm pretty sure it will, but we'll see. I have to I've talked about this on the last stream. I have to transcribe it from the blueprint like I'm a Gregorian monk or something. And I've already done it wrong. Yeah, I already did it wrong. You must understand this is part of the process. Yes, I'm using a blueprint from the internet, but I have to draw it out by hand. It's good this way. Trust me. I know what I'm doing. Trust me, I'm an engineer. Oh, this one is that way. There you go. Good boy. Domine. Lature. This one goes like boop, 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 boop back into there. And then we have this one going like that. 2, 3. At this point, we probably want to think about making a book as well. How do I open the book? Right click, there you go. Right, so now we have a decent iron output there. I am unfortunately now going to have to do the same with coal, but I think I should focus on making sure I don't become dead. So, how does one do that? We must advance. I need to just make a barrel to unlock some crafting real quick. Just, where does the barrel live? Don't mind me, I just spat onto my own glasses. Wow, can't see without these. Jesus. What am I doing? I forget. Right, tank. Somebody asked, and I'm curious. I don't actually know off the top of my head where it is in the research. So I just need chemical science, basically. And then I can make a tank. Tonk. Yeah, so I could get there pretty quick. I do need some plastic to make it, and its shells also use plastic. So let's start thinking about that next. I gotta Ah, red circuits. Ah, ah, ah. Sorry, I'm allergic to red circuits. I need to make sulfur and red circuits, so it's plastic, basically. Sulfur. Sulfur. Ooh, I've accidentally fallen deep down the down here, haven't I? So, oil. Things done with oil. Slippery. Slippery oil. Yes. Indeed. Indubitably. Slippery oil. Yes. Interesting. Very. Quite so. Right, what do I got to scoop up to make a load of chemical plants and pump jacks? I need a load of iron. I'll need some steel. Simple stuff, really. How many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There you go, that's my 7. Boom jacks. My boom jacks. I would like this one to be Pumpernickel. The Pumpernickel is burnt. Alright, so... remember to like the stream, everyone. For more hilarious content like that. Imagine what you might miss if you don't like the stream. Hilarious content like that, everyone. Could be yours if you like the stream. I just gotta scoop up loads of iron. And apparently also stone bricks. To make the world's smallest little thingamy. Yes, thingamy. Indeed. Indubitably. Yes. Can you do the gritty? I was just doing it all day yesterday, actually. So I'm afraid I'm all grittied out. Whatever that is. Right, let me take me car. I should actually really, just drop a couple of, assemblers just making pipes. Singing pipes. Because if I do not, I will be sad. When I need to run a load of pipes. Robots, put pipes in box. Just go to like that and that. Alright, that's not quick, but it's fine. It doesn't need to be. And then while I'm driving over to the oil field, I will build a load of other stuff in my inventory. Again, I apologize at the top of the stream, but in case you weren't there, kind of got this low-level cold just hanging over from last week. So if my nose or sinuses or lungs are noisy, I know, I apologize. Deal with it. Bitches. Ooh. These pump jacks are very bright green. I've shorted myself 1 crude oil with this. I'm sure I can this work? Why is Nauvis looking so piss-stained? Excellent question. With a very simple answer, actually. It's because I pissed all over it. I ask myself the question a lot. Cannot build on marsh? Oh, there's... I ask myself the question a lot. Have you tried peeing on it? It's very important when you're approaching a problem with a problem-solving mind, such as mine. A genius problem-solving mind like mine. It's very important to ask yourself the question, have you tried peeing on it? Yes. It appears the common cold virus has reached his central neural cortex. It has left it much diminished. Oh, come on. There you go. Oh, good. So there's... Oh, I can squeeze out there. Very nice, very nice, very nice. FBI, first time seeing your face. It's definitely not. You've definitely got a file. Come on, don't lie to me. Show me your face. You are the one from my dreams. Right. Now I just got to, lump all of this resultant oil. Fluid dynamics changed in Space Age, and I can't remember the exact nature of that change, if I'm being completely honest. You can go as far as you want. You just have to put pumps every so often, I think, is the way it works. So I need to make a load of pumps. And to kind of generally clear a path back towards where I'm going to work with this oil. Come on, robots, I'm going to just turn them off for a while. While I just deforest with the front of my car. Very good. Right, pipes were being made here. We've made some. Not an enormous quantity, but some. If I just limit this to 2, then that will build up quicker. What do I need for a pump? Engine, steel plates, and pipes. Okay, I'm just going to handcraft a load of those now. I'm pretty sure I actually never automated the building of pumps on my Space Age run. Oh, of course, the annoying thing about this is that it means your pipelines need power. Pipelines power, pipelines power, pipelines power, pipelines power. Speaking of power, I have an absolutely wonderful piece of kit. It's this. This is my absolutely wonderful piece of kit. It's a microphone preamp that I got from my dad back when he used to do some radio work. Called the SPL Gold Mic. Passed down through the generations. I used to use it back in the UK in my audio signal chain for my voice. But and so I shipped it here when we moved to the US because it thankfully has switching power, so it can run on either voltage. And I thought today, you know, today's the day. I'll set that up. I plugged it in, powered it up, plugged it into my computer, and it was really weird. I could hear voices coming through my microphone when I wasn't talking, and for some reason, it's using my microphone wire as an antenna to pick up radio signals. Like, I could just plug my microphone wire into it with no microphone on the end and, like, walk around my room holding it up like an antenna getting different radio stations depending on where I stood. Which is interesting, but renders the very expensive tube microphone preamp completely useless. So I didn't used to get that in the UK, and we do have radio in the UK. So I don't know what the deal there is. I don't know why it's picking up radio signals here when it wasn't back in the UK. Do I have a background in electronics/music? No. My dad has done a lot of recording work and is a big hi-fi nerd, so that's why I have a decent, like, base knowledge of that stuff, but no actual technical ability. Training, rather, I should say. Do we just have more airwave pollution? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. I honestly could not say with any degree of certainty whatsoever. I'm just banging through all the available research. Right, did I handcraft a load of pumps? Yeah, I did. Let's go. Can you give me £10? How about you give me 11, then I'll give you 10 back, okay? I did try turning it off and on again, yes. Thank you for the suggestion, though. Now, if only I could remember the exact line that I drove through the forest just now. Alright, I guess I'll do grenade deforestation. It's not a precise art. I don't enjoy grenade deforestation, but inarguably it does the job. I get so many people joining these streams saying, I want to play Factorio, but it's too crazy, too complicated, too whatever. Just play it. It's one of the best games ever made. Don't rob yourself of that experience just because you think you're dumb. And, maybe you are dumb, but, like, you should at least find out. For sure, rather than just assuming. You know what they say, assuming makes an ass of you and me. I don't know what I have to do with this, but apparently something. Where did all of those pumps go? Hello, Pumpy. There you are. It doesn't need a pump here, but I'm just going to start off with one because why not? I would rather do this not in the car, just because it's awkward, but then I would have to come back and get it. I know I can hold it, by the way, don't worry. Before one of you starts. Sorry, I thought I was going to get crushed. Need more pipes. This was expected. This is why pipes are being built. Are you ready to get oily? Yeah! We're gonna get oily! Very good. Right, I'm going to call this the beginning of the new bus. And we're calling it the new bus because previously we had been building off of this just like super basic little thing. But if I'm going to be incorporating oil, then we should probably start doing things properly. So let's start planning like this. for the new bus. You know? Very good. The new bussy. Yeah, maybe not. Okay. Oil. So let's start by processing some of that oil. Oil. Which is that French? Oil. O-E-L. Oil. 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 Which language is oil just oil? Probably a few of them. Is this Swedish? It might be Swedish. Oil. 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 Where did I make those thingies? I got I need like a chemical. There we go. Sorry, my brain is absolutely just ruined right now. Come on, I saw that low-hanging joke a mile away, Hazel. I never claimed I was providing highbrow comedy here or anything. Right, basic oil processing, because we just got to do that for a while. No big deal. Gotta pick up pipes. Excuse me. Right. How's life in America now? Same as it was before. It's good. I got a big old e-bike this week. When we got here, my wife got an e-bike because she has to commute into work. And I don't, obviously, because I'm a filthy, vagrant YouTuber. So, I had a push bike. I have a push bike still. It didn't... That hasn't disintegrated. That's still there. But now that the weather's getting worse, I don't want to... And it's windy as hell. I don't want to have to deal with exerting physical energy. So I got myself one. And I got this big fat tire off-road thing just because I have this fun idea of going, like, bike camping with it. Indoors, obviously, for the record. Right, so the petrol is used, I believe it's just water and petrol, yeah, to make sulfur. Interestingly, I can fill atmosphere barrels. I'm not going to ask too many questions about that just yet. I can also make resin, which is a burnable fuel, apparently. I'm not going to ask too many questions. Kind of niche, but do you know if the bike is class 1, 2, or 3? I think it's technically class 3, but it's it can be class 2, which in Ohio I believe is pedal assist only. So I think you can use it as a class 2, like it's got a mode, but you can also absolutely rip with a throttle 30 miles an hour. Vroom vroom. Right, do I actually have a source of water? I mean... Oh, there's some just there in the woods. Okay, let's go get some from there. How long till you buy a lifted diesel truck? Well, I wouldn't buy a diesel. Personally. But I will be probably getting a truck. I'm interested in a Tundra, personally. My wife really likes the Tacoma. I mean, I'd prefer a V8. And you can't... Toyota... I think Toyota did a V8, right? Was it the Titan V8? Or am I thinking of... No, Nissan did the Titan V8, right? I can't remember. Anyway. Yeah, my wife really likes Tacoma. So, although I believe the good compromise there is just getting a 4Runner instead. Because I will very occasionally need a truck for doing truck things with. But it's so occasional that it's like, why don't I just use a U-Haul or something when I need to do truck things and then have a 4Runner for doing, like, nice 4x4 stuff. It has to be diesel so you can roll coal. Yeah, you need a diesel if you want to do that, yeah. I don't. I don't. Just fill up some boxes of shame. Very good. All my burners in there as well. Righty. Water is present. Petrol. I probably want petrol on the bus, don't I? Oh god, I need to remember this weird, like, arcane process. It's it's like this. It's like this, see? There are few things I hate more than remembering ratios. So when it comes to advanced oil cracking, I will be asking for help. Wait, these can be undergrounded. How did petroleum get into there? Don't ask questions. Don't ask questions. Don't even think. Never mind questions. Don't even think. It's better if you don't think. You know, that might actually be true. Just living a delightful, unthinking life. You ever think about that? How some people are capable of just going through life really dead behind the eyes. You ever think that might be better? Oh, Remus, thank you for becoming a member, by the way. Beans! Please like the stream. Or the beans will leave me. You don't want the beans to leave me, do you? Right. Petrol. Am I also going to have water on the bus? That seems a bit rogue. But I'm going to do it, yeah. Let's just get this kind of in line with the rest of the stuff here. Wait. No, not allowed to be that close. It actually, I don't actually want crude on the bus, do I? That's silly. So water can take its place. Very good. Ah. Yes, that is slightly problematic. I mean, I think that just having two fluid pipes next to each other on a bus like that is sort of bound to cause problems, but whatever. Just don't think about it. Can't be a problem if you don't think about it. This is what I'm saying. If you just don't think, maybe life is better. Oh. Clicky wrists, clicky wrists. I have a finger injury at the moment. This is really annoying me. I have like a nerve entrapment. Anyone want to think about nerves for a moment? They're absolutely disgusting. You've got all of these little strings. It's gonna move this over a bit more. All these little strings running from your brain down to all of your extremities. Like, literally just comes out the bottom of here and runs through your shoulder, past your elbows, and down to all of your fingertips. And it goes through these little sheaths. It's like a piece of string running through straw. Running through a straw, sorry. Like a drinking straw. And if you get, like, some kind of damage to the straw, you know, if the drinking straw gets pinched slightly somewhere along that path, then, well, obviously you can imagine at that point the string doesn't move so smoothly. And it causes weirdness. And I have that in my right hand pointer finger at the moment. Something going on the back of my first knuckle. It's getting better. And it's definitely from rock climbing. It's always from rock climbing. Of course. And I think that the government did it, actually. I think that the government did it to me. They want to keep me down. But I won't let them. I won't let them. How many are these making? 2 per second. Okay. Right, that is sulfur. What did I need for that blue science stuff again? Sulfur, advanced circuits, and engines. Engine units. My goodness, those are my favorites. Those are my favorites. So to make plastic, it's resin. Oh no! Oh, the goddamn wood got me again. the wood got me again. All of this was for naught. No, well, that's not true, obviously, but... Alright, let's look at this then. So it's wood, coke, and steam to make resin. Ah! Beans! Beans! Alright, very funny, everyone. Very funny. Time to industrialize. To a worrying degree. Wow, thanks for $20, man. You don't have to throw money at me. But I appreciate it, nonetheless. Damn it! I thought I was making progress and I wasn't. That makes me angry. Okay, well I should take this opportunity then to make some steel, because I need to make engine units as well for chemical science. Probably not in insane quantities, but I am inevitably going to need some steel for that. Right. We're probably also going to need more forestry. More forestry, my lord? Yes, my lord. That'll do, won't it? I don't believe I actually have any of these built right now. Gotta grab some copper. How are the microplastics coming along? I haven't been harvesting any fish. I do believe I have to do that, though. I don't think I have to do it yet, though. Right, I've got to pick up a load of copper so I can make more tree farms. I probably have enough wood being produced over here, but I would feel safer making more. You know? You know. I think you know. Oh, this costs all of the wooden ingredients as well. And then I got to do the brick kilns for making coal coke. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. So that I'm going to need 100 and roughly that many. I need to grab a load of lumber as well. There you go. That will do. So now those will make whilst I think about making a steel stack, for which I will need at least one more steel furnace. What are my robots doing right now? What are you doing? Why are you carrying that? What? Okay. Did I automate steel furnaces though? I feel like I could have sworn I did. I'm thinking of miners though, I think. I did for miners, but I don't think I did. Like, you can actually search. Yeah, whatever. No, I believe the answer because it's relatively easy to just handcraft them in large quantities. So I think that's why the answer is no. The answer shouldn't be no. I know the answer should almost never be no, but... Look, man, I'm a really busy guy. I'm not, but, you know. It's a healthy dose of cope. I just need like 24 of those to make a stack for steel. Oh, no I don't. You can't make steel in there. You gotta do it in the stupid green furnaces. And it's a whole faff. Oh my goodness. This is a nightmare. This is the worst. All of the worst possible outcomes have come to fruition. Jesus. Did I ever make belts down here? No? I've just got my up top belt factory. My up top belt factory. Ay, ay, ay. I do at least have some assemblers. Yes, I do. Okay, because I'm going to need to turn the wood output from these back into seeds. I need to use this because it's got some wood belts in the design there. Oh, my little babies, do your work. Do your beautiful work. Your beautiful, wonderful work. Very good. He's a good robot. He's a good robot. When do they next get faster? Robot. Oh, I can get some more robot speed with chemical science. Very good. There you go, my little children. There you go. Nearly there now. Nearly there. It would be faster to do this myself, but I have the robots. I will use the robots. Should this be going the other way? Yeah, okay, this is why I let the robots do it. I just mess it up. I'm just here to get things wrong. Excuse me. My goodness. It's best to let the professionals handle this, I think. Right, so this, how does this need to go again? I need to put hole on one side of a belt, of the input belt rather, and then seeds on another, and that has to happen not within a growing zone. Posture check. Okay, there you go. Thanks for keeping an eye out for me, guys. Is this good? Is this good? Ow. Oh god, that actually really hurts. See why they don't want you sitting like that. Should I just pull coal from over here? I have a coal output. This is my coal output, so yes, I should just pull coal from over here. It's going to be a long belt, and that's a bit gross, but it is what it is. I haven't actually really thought about how I'm going to get things from these outputs to the bus. I mean, I'm probably just going to go like down across like this. realistically things will be joining the bus more like here. I started it up there, but it's going to be down here because I'm not going to be snaking things through like that. Are you getting a Factorio supercut? No. Unless you want to edit it. And also you have to be, like, you know, at least passable at doing that. But I'm sure as shit not doing it. And neither is Paga. It's not worth his time. Got more important stuff to do. But no, basically this is just me streaming this playthrough because I want to play it. It's not gonna make any, it's not realistically gonna make any video content. Again, in the off chance that it does, it's because somebody made it and by some miracle it was worth watching. I would like to. I would actually genuinely like to have a inventory full of yellow belts. I would actually genuinely like to have somebody who can edit longer form content into slightly less longer form content, but still long form content for the VODs channel. Because I think that would be a really good thing just to exist. But finding someone with the mental fortitude and aptitude to do that seems like an impossible task. What was I after again? Belts, right? Aptitude, yes. The problem is usually aptitude in my experience. Willingness, that stuff is everywhere. Willingness abound. Aptitude, less abound. What's the opposite of abound? Paga would be great at it. The guy who edits my main channel content. I would be good at it, I think. But, I mean, it's not like it's going to make any money, so... You know. That's the rub. If it doesn't make money, how do you justify putting money into it? Because you do have to pay people for doing things. Okay, you don't have to, but you should. When you're a YouTuber, a lot of people will try and do things for you for free. Which is silly. Get paid, people. Get paid. Right, so coal will now come into the top of that, and I need to... I need to just sup from the output. How much have I got on this one? I have 4 assemblers making seeds, and that is broken, is what that is. It's broken. Thankfully I can fix that remotely, but interesting. And that is more than enough. So I can probably honestly get away with 2 or maybe even 1. I don't know. Just turning the output wood into seeds. So I'm gonna power them, and then they have to go out there and onto this belt like that. Water pipe slightly in the way, but not the end of the world. Is that? No, that's not cutting into there. Okay. Is that? Damn it. Damn it, water pipes. Is that the maximum extent? Yes, it is. Okay, well, I'll I'll just do it like this, no big deal. So the wood output goes like that. Do I have a nearby power line to connect this to? Not really. Risky business relying on free fan labor. How so? Like, what makes you say that's risky? Alright, there's some wood there that they will kind of start the loop with. This will take quite a long time to spool up to, like, productivity. Because trees take a long time to grow, but that's fine. Nope, I'm still in the glue trap. Me and my giant fat ass are still stuck in the glue trap. I really, really, really like that piece of artwork, by the way. I did specifically ask. I think it was Scribbles in the Discord that made that. I did specifically ask that he gave me an absolutely stacked ass. I've been playing more video games in the last, like, week and a half than I have played in an extremely long time. It's very nice to have a real glut of gaming that I just, like, actively want to play lately. It's been very cool. Very cool! Awesome! Way past cool! Alright. With a Path of Exile League, which seems pretty good. I've only played it for a couple of hours, but it seems good. And the, Arc Raiders is great fun. I've been playing a lot of Arc Raiders. A lot of Arc Raiders. I would say that it's been killing my productivity, but that would be a lie. I'm kind of in, like, dead space at the moment. Like, production-wise. Like, we just finished a video that will come out like a week and a half. And I'm waiting for a mod before I start recording the other one. I recorded some voiceover this morning for the vintage story video, which I am making. Please stop asking. One day you'll have to show off your rock climbing skills to us. I always wonder whether or not I should actually let people know my Instagram account. I don't think I should. But I mean, there's not much to show off, other than my gorgeous, ripped, shredded back, but that's, you know, mainly for my own private enjoyment in my special evening times. Right, I need to make steel before feeding this over. Or should I feed this over first? Well, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need way more belts. But let's just quickly copy one of these stacks. Because the steel is going to be the same thing, right? Just using the different furnaces. So if I just, like, yoink those out. I think it is the same. They just need coal coke instead of coal, and you make coal coke in those by just cooking coal. So yes, there is a... Maybe that's not the right place to put that then, but I'm just going to need a bit more space. Any plans on farthest frontier? I'm pretty sure they asked... I don't want to misrepresent them, so this is me just thinking that I remember something and might not actually be true. I'm pretty sure they asked me if they could sponsor a video. But I think I couldn't it didn't fit my schedule at the time or something, if that's the game I'm thinking of. Farthest frontier. That might not be the game I was thinking of. It looks interesting. Is it kind of like Anno? It looks kind of like Anno. The PoE 1 League, by the way, is very good. I think. Again, I've only played it for a couple of hours. I'm basically just getting to mapping. I have no idea how quickly these work, how many of these I'll need to get like a half-decent level of steel output, but we'll see. We'll see. Don't forget to like the stream. Apparently it's really important. I don't know. Look, people like Spiff say it's really important that you like the stream, so, you know. Couple of hours and now mapping. PoE 2 is like a 30-hour investment to get to mapping. Is it, or are you just slow? Because like a lot of people spend that long getting to mapping in PoE 1 as well. I know that it's longer in Path of Exile 2, but you know. I literally just have to cook coal, right? So all I need is an iron in feed. The main thing's going to be learning the ratios, which I have literally no idea about. Like, straight up, no clue. Oh, thankfully I think I actually can... I kind of can know, it looks like. 0 point, okay, yes, because they're alloy furnaces and therefore have recipes, I actually can just know they need 0.06 coke per second. Hello, Ocarina. So that's 24, right? Yes, 24. I need a calculator. No, not a planner, calculator. There you go. 0.06. No, not 3. No backspace? Okay, 0.06. Huh. This calculator works in mysterious ways. Okay, we're just gonna clear. That needs 1.44 coke per second, and these make 0.3 per second, so I only need 3, 4, 5 to fuel this stack. Is there a hotkey to bring up that calculator? Doesn't look like it. Unless it's in like a mod setting or something. Doesn't look like it. Oh well, if you hover the icon it will tell you. What if there is one, you mean? Is that even true in Factorio? Oh yeah, it is. If I divide by 0, will it crash the stream? Probably not. Nan! It's calling your Nan nothing. Could I just maybe tuck it away? Is that... Ah, I could just minimize it. There you go. Ah, cool. I banged your nan. Funny math joke. I banged your 0 divided by 0. Way. I don't actually have power over here right now, apparently. What the fuck is that vehicle? Oh my goodness. So I'm just gonna go ahead and split one of those off there. The amount of iron being input to here is 0.31 each. Huh, that's actually quite a bit. Okay, unfortunately that doesn't work. The calculator. How is a calculator so buggy? How do you screw up a calculator? It's literally a Windows utility. Ah! Brains! Maybe that's what I get for dividing by 0. What I was meant to find out was 0.31 times 7.4. Okay, yeah, so that easily is handled by a belt. Just make a calculator in game with circuits. It'd be less buggy. Now my wife is messaging me. She is happy. Very good. When is my next create video? God, I don't know. Probably a couple of months. This doesn't seem to be doing as much as I expected. Did I do math wrong? Or is it just going to take a while to kind of... I think it's just going to take a while to proliferate through because it's filling them all up. Right, so that is steel. This is a very, very small amount of steel being output, but it is steel. Nonetheless. How can you say you're playing with too many planets but don't even have Rubia? Factorio Rubia. Wind planet Rubia. Is it finished? Yeah, I must have missed that one. I just went down the popular list and downloaded everything that wasn't like super work in progress. So I obviously just didn't make it far down enough to get to Rubia. So I don't know. Why do you love Rubia so much? If you love Rubia so much, why don't you marry it? Yeah, what now? I'm wondering if I can just get away with extending this longer. Is his Minecraft videos still skewing the viewer ages? I actually did want to, I didn't actually check. But I will actually be able to look at a graph of my, my viewers' age, you know, demographics, and see whether or not the average got younger. Because it certainly feels like it has. Let me tell you, it really feels like it has. But I don't know for sure whether that's true. So if I go 2024, I had 18 to 24 was 35%, 25 to 34 was 36%, And if I go this year... No, they've got older. They've got older. The opposite has happened. I would never have guessed, but actually my average viewer age has allegedly gotten older. I think I just dropped some streams. Dropped some frames, rather, by the way. Alright, there we go. We're making a little... nice a nice... brain not work. A nice self-contained little steel stack like that with its own coke production. Once it eventually, I believe, fully fuels itself. Okay, hang on. No. I need more. I definitely need more coke production. Because that 0.06 is not factoring in the fact that it's using the coke as fuel as well. So, hopefully, if I just add one more, that's enough. Just quickly handcraft the 2 belts that I need to make that work. Off topic, what's the waveform behind you? It's just the noise cancelling foam thing. It's actually that one. It's just got that pattern on it, just purely for visuals. It's just sound foam. I demonstrated its purpose on the last stream, is so I can scream into it and not have it leak too much out of the walls. I need to go get a load of belts, and then I can think about this more. I might just have to make more coke on the other side. But yeah, I just, when I did some fast math, I didn't consider the fact that it was using coke as fuel for the furnaces as well, not just as an ingredient. I still... It does appear that it is still making enough. I'm going to leave it like that and see if they all come online. I think they're just taking a long time to kind of come up online, as it were. Just pass that under there. Try and give everything here enough space for the future. What's the proper linguistic grammar for being hased whilst hazing to hazzle? I don't like how the conversation has turned. And yeah, somebody had to say Hazussy. Somebody had to say it. I think I'm going to give you guys chair stream for a minute while I go and get a snack. Although I don't know if I really have anything to snack on at the moment. We got groceries yesterday, but we're kind of unfortunately disciplined about not buying a load of snacks. weird iron slowdown here right now. What's the deal? Why is this all busted up? Still have nuts? No. Why did YouTube tell you to watch a video that's private? Yeah, I had some problems with Restream. I was planning on streaming this to Twitch and YouTube, but for some reason the output wouldn't work to Twitch. But the result was that I accidentally made a second stream on YouTube. Because of the way Restream works. Uh-oh. In the place of what was supposed to be this one. And it got all kinds of busted. It got about as busted as my Hazussi. Lunchtime. I mean, I tried to eat something resembling lunch before the stream started, but I am kind of just an eternally hungry boy, unfortunately. Basically, my YouTube backend now has an extra stream on it that I had to just quickly private because it was just... it was literally just me going like this for like 5 seconds, like... looking kind of vaguely annoyed about the fact that Restream had just started a stream that I didn't want it to start. And it's my fault. I had to tell Restream to make a new stream instead of whatever. Do you not have the connection to stream to both without Restream? This is America.mp3. It's only, what, 4 megabits? Bro, it ain't 2010. I'm streaming 15 to YouTube and 8 to Twitch in theory, I think, but Twitch was being upset by me trying to stream to it and it wouldn't show video. I don't know what happened there. I've used Restream before with no problems. I do not have fiber internet, just for the record. Just by the way. Ah, damn it, I misplaced this by 1. This is making absolutely minuscule quantities of steel. Again, I think that it is going to have enough coke to... I don't actually think it is. I think I'm going to have to do this, basically. Just pop an extra thingy on there, but using long inserters. That. So it's going to be slightly messy, like that. Just to double up. figured fiber would be abundant in Ohio Voidland. It's in Columbus it's like a good portion of the city, but not all. And I just got unlucky. Basically. You know, when we're moving internationally, you just kind of have to get anywhere you can. So it's not like I could have really been super picky based on the internet options. But when we move sometime next year, then, because we'll just be moving within the city, then I will be much more picky. So I'm probably just going to put steel like in here. And then I'll feed, whoopsie, and I'll feed iron in over here. Oh wait, this doesn't work, does it? Oh, yes it... No, it doesn't. Okay, what am I doing? This can obviously just go that way. There we go. Right, very good. Obviously, I will need quite a lot more iron than that in future, but we'll get there. Probably just dismantle the rest of this. Or actually, I should just dismantle... Oops. No. I should just dismantle whichever ones I'm using already, because I might actually want to feed some resources down to the bus, so this is a good marker for where I have spare lanes. Is someone in Indianapolis on the same boat? Yeah, it's literally like just, you know, like a neighborhood over, they'll have full fiber. I just don't right here. It's not a big deal, really. Right, now what was I doing? I need to make resin. Which is wood, coke, and steam in a chemical plant. Which is not difficult. Did these grow yet? Yeah, they're getting there. And I have a singular line of coal down here. I can't really remember how quickly these produce, 0.31. So if I just quickly drop a chemical plant down so I can look at this ratio. This needs 1 per second to make 2 resin per second. And the chemical science pack needs... Sorry, rather, plastic needs 1 per second to make 2 advanced... I'm going to need a lot of resin, is what I'm reading. So I'm also, therefore, going to need quite a lot of coal, coke. Wonder what the pollution chart is like. Rapidly growing. Rapidly growing. I'm essentially hoping that... although the trees are eating little bits of pollution, just not enough. I'm just kind of trying to get through chemical science in order to get a tank so that I don't have to worry so much about bugs anymore. I remember changing from copper to fiber and dying light changed from like 2 weeks to 20 minutes. So my download is a gig. I get a gig download. It's not, you know, more than enough. That is not the problem area at all. It's the upload is where the problem lies. Whoops, I accidentally shut that down by putting that blueprint there. My bad. power of coaxial. We love coax. It's so reliable. And it really doesn't need to be this way. The upload and download ratio is literally just a... I don't need to I don't need to go over all this again. I talked about this on another stream. It's literally just a setting on a computer somewhere. It could be symmetrical. Anyway. I'll be real, I've heard a lot of good stuff about Starlink in continental US. Remind me who owns that company? I'll let you remind me who owns that company while I go and grab a snack. Oops, sorry. Ay, 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 ay. Cheese. My YouTube backend crashed. Are we all good? Am I still live? Guys? Yes, yes. Okay, yeah, my YouTube chat and like live backend crashed. Luckily, I can still see you on Restream chat. So Restream isn't completely for nothing. Let me just reload. There we go. Pop you back out there. Hey, now would be a good time to insert ads, says YouTube. Right, there we go. All good. Beans! Beans! I have a protein bar. What flavor is this? Chocolate peanut bar. Hmm. 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 Probably not my first choice, but it's okay. Maybe I should dip it in the beans. I also got a LaCroix pamplemousse. My favorite of the fruits. Pamplemousse. Hazel, what if we did communal dinner streams where we all eat dinner and the stream ends when you're done? Yeah, what if we did that? Excellent question. I forgot. Coal Coke. Apologies for just eating into the mic right now. Hopefully that's not actually picking up. But I suspect it is. Right, so this coal is only being used by the tree farms and they use barely any. So I feel relatively okay just stealing from it to make coal coke. And I can kind of just like adapt a normal furnace stack. Turn my robots off so they don't actually start making this. Put it a bit over here because I need to leave a load of space for other lanes of stuff, but it's basically going to be like this, but with only one central line because the fuel is also the ingredient, which means it only needs the yellow inserters. Professional French here. LaCroix said like LaCroix. Yes, I know it said like LaCroix, but I'm not going to do that, am I? People on the internet, when you mispronounce something, actually it's pronounced like this. People on the internet, when you try and pronounce something correctly and kind of do it badly because you're British. Look at the British person trying to pronounce something correctly. What an idiot. Just say it. Just say you hate us. Just say it. We can take it. Just tell us. We all know you just wanna stab us either way. Also hate LaCroix. Now you got me saying it LaCroix. LaCroix. I'm a bit of a freak. This just in, Hazor is a freak. I like things that are bad. Because they make me feel alive. You know? Life is just... Life is just contrast. That's all it is. Contrast between sleep and waking moments. Ah, beans. Ah, beans! Contrast between sleep and waking, contrast between... life and death itself. Contrast between pain and pleasure. Contrast between good tasting drinks and LaCroix. You picking up what I'm putting down here? Life is a series of contrasts and then you die. What I'm saying is, yes, this sparkling water, pamplemousse, naturally essenced LaCroix, tastes kind of bad. But when it goes into my mouth and my tongue receives it willingly and says to my brain, I'm not sure about this liquid that you just put into me. In that moment, I know that I'm alive. That's my tongue saying to my brain, you're feeling things! You're interfacing with reality! Alright, I might be taking that slightly too far. Let's finally make that resin now. That has evaded me for this long. No more! No more. I've made the coal coke. It's time. Right, I only need water as my liquid resource for this, so let me just send that down there and go grab some pipes. Singing pipes. Cabbages. Remember when YouTube was good? Remember that? No, me neither. It's always been bad. We just like to lie to ourselves. Everyone remember to say hi in chat and like the stream. Now, does chat... I don't know if chat activity... I don't know if YouTube cares about that. YouTube might care about chat activity, but they definitely care about likes. Why am I putting that onto a bus there and pulling it off here? Don't ask that kind of question. You don't want to know the answer. Really? You don't really want to know. So don't ask. Oh god, I need loads more chemical plants. Life is pain. Life is pain. Is there much life left in this car? This is what's been fueling all of my factory so far. Amazing. You love learning new reasons people insist on consuming awful things. It's the same reason that I've eaten some cheeses that, like, my eyes perceive this cheese and say to my lizard brain, absolutely not. But I wrest control of my lizard brain to move my hand onto the cheese and put it in my mouth anyway, despite its protestations. And I go, tastes moldy. How interesting. Because that's what life's about! Eating rotten cheese! Just so you know. Just so you can know it. This is how the universe knows itself. Blue cheese? God, I've gone far beyond blue in my time. I've eaten some cheeses that are black. I ate a sheep cheese that literally had a spiral of black rot running through it. And I put it in my mouth and I went, indeed, quite. And I had some more. I thought, I think I'll try some more. Didn't quite experience that enough the first time around. How am I not dead? Well, it's... the cheese... Yes, the cheese is technically rotten, but it is also safe. There are safe kinds of rot, and some of them taste interesting. That's why we eat them. That's the point. So I can just use a little bit of this coal coke here to make some steam. I can't imagine this needs much. 50 steam per second. I don't actually know off the top of my head how much a boiler makes, but I think it's a decent bit. Let's find out. So I just need to grab this water here. Excuse my body making noises. Feed it some of that as well. The old electricity. Okay, it can make 60 steam per second. So these basically need a boiler each. Am I using the trackball today? No, I'm actually using... In fact, I should switch it into maximum overdrive. I got a Razor Naga. And this wasn't just wanton consumerism, believe it or not. Something I engage with regularly. My wife's mouse died, so she stole my backup mouse that I use if I forget to charge my vertical mouse, so I needed to get a new mouse. So I ended up with a Razer Naga, which isn't something I ever thought I would use again, but here we are. And it's actually, you know what? It kind of feels like home, is what I would say about the Razer Naga. It feels like an old lover. You never thought you'd kiss again, but here you are. Locked in a carnal embrace. Where was I? Yeah, so I just popped its numpad on. I just dropped it. It's okay, I caught it. I'm a good lover like that. Yeah, so I can actually go through my entire quickbar on my mouse. How incredible is that? I won't remember to do that, of course, but, you know. Did I have one before? A long time ago. Back when wireless mice were bad. I used one to play vanilla World of Warcraft before it was cool. I played vanilla WoW before it was called Vanilla WoW on a Razer Naga. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to actually have to think about this a little bit more than I currently am, aren't I? No, I'm not. Phew! For a moment there, I thought I was going to have to think, but I'm not. I can just feed the wood in from below, like this. Crisis avoided! Man, I really gotta automate the production of electric poles. Was I a rogue? No, I'm obsessed with summoning classes, so I would always play warlocks and hunters, mainly. Somebody asked if I'm a Zomboid fan. There are quite a few Zomboid videos on my YouTube channel, so I feel like you can probably answer that question for yourself. Good news! The Dacia Sandero is getting a facelift. No, the resin has been produced. So, whoa. Let's think about this. Whoa. What's the button to look at what something is used for? Alt-click. So I think resin is just used to make plastic. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, he's making 2 resin per second each. And then if I wanted to make plastique, I need to just feed in petrol, cheese and petrol. And these only use 1 resin per second, as well as a little bit of petrol. Okay. Very good. Do I have more refineries? No. Because there's no point making more refineries because you're just going to have to tear them down anyway. Why am I doing this first like that? There's no need. Yes, that does work. Okay, good. Wait a second. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Well, does this need resin and petrol? So it can have this whole backside just... Okay, it doesn't need to be clean. The fluid input does not need to be clean. Crisis averted. I'm gonna do it though because that's hideous. Yes. Deliberate inefficiency, my favorite flavor. Man, if only I could do it right. Door fort update yesterday. Is it good? Did they add anything good? Are you winning, son? One day I will play adventure mode. Today is not that day. But one day will be that day. Just not today. Just not today. I'm gonna have to go and grab inserters soon. Which is fine. This is pretty uggo. It doesn't really matter. I'm just making some plastic. It's not a big deal. Yeah. Time to grab things again. They overhauled siege. Enemies can now just deconstruct your base. Sorry? They're gonna take my walls down? That's an interesting idea. How have I ended up with an inventory full of wood, coal, and stone again? Where does this keep... Oh, it's from clearing. Never mind. Ignore me! Ignore me! It's funny, I was going to ask at the very beginning of this stream whether people think I should stream Dwarf Fortress and or RimWorld. So the thing is, right, RimWorld seems to actually have a quite small audience on YouTube at the moment. My last RimWorld video did quite badly. Despite all of its like normal metrics looking good, people were watching it for a good, you know, people were watching it through, people were clicking on it, but I think that YouTube's actual like RimWorld audience is quite small at the moment, just because like the DLC hype is dead, people will have burned out on it. So I was wondering if maybe instead of investing a load of time into making videos with it at the moment, maybe I should just stream a RimWorld game. Whilst other videos are being made. What was I doing here again? Oh yeah, I need to pump petrol. Cheese and petrol. Oh, my finger. Oh, it's nearly there. I can nearly... Never mind. I won't keep telling you about my... It's such a shame because I can't finger blast properly without this finger working, you know? Oh, inserters, yeah. Yeah. Those are quite important.
Doesn't need to be pretty, it just needs to work.
These make 2 per second, that's 8. Okay, I need to... Oh, this is so gross, but I need to... I just need somewhere that I can be myself. I need to, like, you know... I need to use both sides of the belt. I need to use the whole buffalo. I'll just do it like this. No problem. Problem solved. It's not brain rot, so it does not as well. And it's an incredibly shallow view of YouTube, especially if you actually look at what's performing very well. Anyway. What was I making the resin for? Plastic, for red circuits, for blue science. Yes. Red circuits. Red circuits. Right. That does mean I'm going to have to put copper onto this bus, which means I'm going to have to actually properly make copper. Because that's not something I'm currently doing. I will mine one of my large copper nodes and bring that in by train relatively soon. But instead of doing that right now, I will just upgrade my starter patch and stack and feed that into my bus, because you really don't need that much copper for a while. So let's grab some steel, grab some bricks. Make some furnaces. I'm even going to just leave it spaced like this, because it makes no difference. I know you can't reach engineer, that's why I'm telling you to do it with a ghost. Thank you. Am I good? Question mark, question mark? No, clearly not. I'm having to make red circuits, so no, not at all good, actually. Very bad. Red circuits make me feel very sick. Can't run through mining drills. I'll squeak through even 4. If not running through mining drills. Okay, let's talk in English in the chat, please. That would be good. For the purposes of reading the messages, that would be very good. How am I gonna? I just want to feed this into. That is what I call balanced. Yes. Right, good. Now I just gotta feed this down to my bussy. My Neu bus. What's bus in... Right, now you're all talking other languages. Now, do you think... Is this a joke to you? Am I a joke to you? Don't answer that. Anyone who answers that question will be immediately evicted from the building, from the bunker, even. Let's put copper there. TNT Master, are you asking, do I wish RimWorld was more popular? Is that a question? Okay, we're doing it some more. I'm just going to go ahead and put you in a timeout. Of course I wish RimWorld was more popular. I've made, like, 35 RimWorld videos. If RimWorld was more popular, they'd probably get more views and I would earn more money. And I like money. Right, so... Why did I just feed that down there like that instead of splitting it off properly? I don't know. Imagine what, like, if you walked into a... I'm trying to think of a really good example, because, like, I was going to say, imagine you walked into a pottery shop and said, do you wish more people bought your pottery? Like, obviously, yes. But, like, the potter has to make a new pot every time he wants to sell a pot. Whereas, I already made the RimWorld video. Person who's a person, hello, I know you probably won't see this message. I just read it just to prove you wrong. I'm not even going to read the rest. Okay, I am. Thank you for being nice. I read literally everything. Chat isn't moving fast. You said fair? Yeah, I know, but the premise of the question is silly. Because it's just very obvious. I forget every 5 seconds what I'm doing. Brain very bad. Okay, let's do that there. We gotta go like beep bap bop. Beep bop. Right? Yeah. So it's 3-2 and then is red unchanged? I think red is unchanged. Okay. 0.06. Stardrop says, am I going to make more content exclusive for channel members, or will I release all of my videos to the public soon? I don't have any members content, and I never will ever again. Uh... 0.08, 0.06, so it's pretty close to 1-to-1 for science and red circuit assemblers, and then it's like 6 to 1 for green to red. Sorry, 1 to 6, green to red. So just to do my... Okay. I'll do these this way as well, because it's tasty. Did anything particular inform the decision to release the member stuff publicly? They were being... YouTube has... Everybody knows about this, I think, at this point, but YouTube started quite aggressively pushing members' content to everyone, basically. If a channel had members-only content, right, so... If you were somebody that the algorithm thinks you wants to watch Hazor videos, excuse me. If the algorithm thought you want to watch Hazor videos, then beforehand it would go, great, you want to watch Hazor videos, I will show you Hazor's publicly available videos. At some point, they made a change where it would say, okay, I'll show you publicly available Hazor videos, and also this one that's a members only video. Just once a day. I'll just show you it once a day, just in case you might want to become a member and watch this video. Obviously that doesn't work for many people. I've done this wrong. That doesn't work for many people. Most people are just aren't going to become a member to watch content on YouTube. Especially my YouTube members only content, which was like very much extra stuff. It was stuff that you shouldn't, you know, the average person who enjoys my videos doesn't need to watch those videos. It's 2 videos. It's a Lethal Company video that I made ages ago where I said the C word for vagina too many times and it got demonetized, so I made the very bad decision and panic unlisted it. Forgot that this needs iron. And a video about how I make my videos kind of start to finish, which is a very useful video for the right kind of person, but not the majority of viewers, basically. What? How did they end up there? So I just thought they might as well be public, because then YouTube can push them to people and they can watch them or not watch them. But so the thing that's different is if YouTube pushes you a regular video and you don't watch it, YouTube quite quickly gives up, unless it's really convinced that you want to watch this content. Like if it's something that's doing really well and the algorithm thinks that it really fits your profile as a viewer, they'll try quite hard. But usually if it shows you something and you don't watch it like twice, it's like, okay, fair enough, you're not interested, we'll stop. But with the members only content, it was way more persistent for some reason. What's the other thing that was needed for Red Science? Oh, electrical cables, okay. So, oh god, how many electrical cables? Oh, it needs 0.33, these make 2 per second. I'm not actually doing ratios here, I'm just vibing. I'm vibe factorying. Maybe I should have left a gap there. Oh well, I'll just use more power poles than I needed to. Not the end of the world. Let's feed those the other way. And onto that belt. So what happens if I mark down the video as something you don't want to see? Would that hurt the engagement with the actual non-members videos? If you say to... The best thing to say is... if... Do you mean a members-only video or a normal video? Because, like, the thing would be... If you say to YouTube, don't recommend this channel... Usually that works for a while. They will then eventually go, are you sure you don't want to watch this channel? We really think you want to watch this channel. But if you say don't show me this video. Oh, if you say don't show me this members only video, as far as I can tell, they just say, no, you're wrong. You want to watch this video. I think that's most people's experience, is if you say don't recommend this video to a members only video, YouTube does kind of just go, nah, we're pretty sure you want to watch this one. And I don't know why. I don't need to litigate this, because LTT already had quite a long and more well-informed conversation about this on the WAN show. There must be very little money comparatively in members-only content for YouTube as a business compared to just, you know, normal videos. There are, because there are obviously exceptions to every rule, but I should have given the copper wires their own belt and shared the... I'm going to do that, in fact, because it's probably going to be a problem. There are outliers where some channels, like the Yogscast, I think actually have a very big... They have memberships as quite a large source of their income, but the vast majority of channels on the platform, obviously, like I have like a couple of hundred YouTube members, so keep in mind that I do this full time for a living. I have 250 YouTube members, which earns me $200 a month. $200 a month. Thank you very much for your $200 a month. You know, it's not a lot. So, like, compared to, you know, the ad revenue for the channel. So why would YouTube push that so aggressively when it's such a small portion of the income? It doesn't really make sense. Unless they're envisioning it being a larger part of the platform in future, is the only potential situation there that they're seeing. Right, that's red circuits. The other things that I need for chemical science are sulfur and engine units. The engine units are going to be a pain in the arse. The sulfur is very easy. Squeezing blood from stones is what market leaders do. Not if you could be using the hand that's squeezing the stone to squeeze a sponge. Oh, that was one of the most profound things I've ever said. The hand had a sponge full of money in it, and they were squeezing money out of it, and they put the sponge down and picked a rock up and squeezed pennies out of it. Because they're wasting recommendation slots that could be used on regular videos. out of belts again. And I have to go all the way up here to get them. Moist Critical did a good... Oh, I'm just going to stop reading that there. Because that can't possibly be true. Moist Critical did a good. I've literally never watched any of his content, just for the record, but I know he's like a drama/react guy, so... You know. You know. What if, wait, what? We wow woo woo, which is used more in this. Okay. Sulfur and engine units can share a belt then, and I'll give red their own. Right, engine units. Where are they? There they are. Steel, iron, gear wheels, and pipes. So, not that painful. Not that painful. This whole, this kind of debacle is the kind of thing that makes me think I really need to diversify my income a bit. Because YouTube is very fickle. And if they're going to start just, like, messing with stuff arbitrarily as they always do, I'm like, huh, maybe I should have some other... Makes me think I should, sell pictures of my gaping butthole on the internet or something, you know? Just as like a secondary revenue stream. My kingdom for a viable video hosting platform alternative. Yeah, but will I earn as much on it as I do on YouTube? That's what viable was meant to address? Yeah, but then if it's viable enough to make me enough money to switch to it, then it's just as bad, because that's the reason it makes enough money for me to do this for a living, is because of how it's bad. They will just occasionally change how you can do that in a way that negatively affects some more than others. It's more complicated than just, man, I wish someone would make a competitor. Right, iron and steel. Iron and steel. Somebody telling me that there's enough plastic coming out of a plant for blah 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 number of them. Yeah. The rest of the plastic is going to go onto the bus. Don't worry about it. So there was this, funnily enough, rumblings about a competitor platform called Rumble, right? Was it called Rumble? Was it Rumble? Maybe it wasn't. There was very little algorithmic meddling. My stream. Are we back? It's showing me green again, but it fully disconnected there for a moment. YouTube heard me talking about competitors. Yeah, I guess so. Rumble is an attempted competitor? Yeah, okay. I remember looking at it. People were talking about it on YouTuber Discords and being like, you know, maybe worth keeping an eye on. So I went and gave it a look. And I remember being like, okay, this is the most popular videos on this platform are videos about how it's better than YouTube. You know? It's like when... What was that one that everybody was trying to replace Twitter with? Mastodon or something? Where the whole thing was just a circle jerk about how it's so much better. Like, whenever there's somewhat a big, like, an attempted disruptor platform, and all of the content on it is just like, yeah, this is so much better than the platform that we've all just left. This is so much better. It's like, why are you here? What are you doing here? What are you doing on this platform? Think about it. Actually think about what you're doing here. If you're there to talk about how much better it is, why are you really there? Okay, so I'm gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 again, I think. Again, just to reiterate, I said this before, I'm vibe factory building. I just need to get some blue science so that I can progress. I'm not trying to make anything perfectly ratioed out or scaled, you know. Oh yeah, this needs pipes and gear wheels. I kind of totally forgot that there was like a second part of this. Ah! There you go. Right, well I'll make those over here and feed them from this side on a shared belt. And then I can feed the engines out on this side, no problem. Easy peasy. Oh, also I remember looking on Rumble and they were like, we do crypto payouts, and I was like, oh good. That's a good sign. Blue Sky is indeed successful. My wife disagrees with you. But that's because she uses it for work. It's, I know that people do use it and they like it, but the... If you're trying to use it for anything other than just pure personal enjoyment, it doesn't work as well. Like, it doesn't work so well for, like... And this is probably... If it's better, this is part of the reason why. It doesn't work as well for business. Because of the way its, like, visibility and algorithmic stuff is. Its discoverability is the word I'm looking for. Because it's not so algorithmic. Is my pollution cloud actually, like, shrinking, by the way? I think I'm actually sucking pollution back in. Here we go. my wife, just for context, my wife is an academic. So, like, her use case is talking about publications and things like that. So these need to eat 0.1 pipe per second. And 0.05 gears per second. We've all met a woman like that. Alright, sorry. They make 1 per second each, 0.1. Okay, I just need 1 of each. Jeez, I was getting ready to overbuild there enormously. Sorry for being heteronormative there. We've all met a person like that, is what I meant to say. Is that really enough? I mean, I know it takes a long-ass time to make an engine. Exactly. At the end of the day, if Blue Sky became popular enough for it to be a viable platform for businesses to do business things on, then it would be Twitter. The only reason it isn't Twitter is because it doesn't have the user base that the marketing agencies are currently looking for. Or rather, looking to pay for access to, is what I should say. And as soon as it does, then it will be that way. They'll sell it to Microsoft or something. Maybe they don't even need to sell it to Microsoft. But let's be real. They started whoever made Blue Sky, and I don't know who made Blue Sky, but whoever made Blue Sky made it thinking, I wonder who I could sell this to 10 years from now. For $500 million or maybe more, maybe $20 billion for all I know. Was it really just raw sulfur going into this? Yes, it was. Okay. Did I did check before, but I've forgotten already. It needs mostly the red circuits, so the sulfur and the engines are going to share a belt. Blue Sky was started by one of the previous makers of Twitter, and he already left and got his bag. Oh, okay. Who bought it? Just out of raw, naked curiosity. Oh, he just left the team. What, just like got bought out of the company by the other founders? I don't know why I'm doing this in like such a weird L-shaped thing, by the way. But I am. I don't know why, but I am. How many is that? Okay, that's not actually quite as many as I'd wanted to do there, so the L-shaped dream is over, guys. I'm sorry. This is gonna leave such a weird, just like dead space, but oh well. I'm not the kind of dead space where you use a plasma cutter to kill. What were they called in Dead Space? Something? Are they something morphs? I'm sure they're something morphs. I think I was roughly vibe factory building enough to fuel 12 assemblers of blue science here. Probably not, but I think that's what I was doing. Pretty disgusting to have so much power pole overlap as well. It's a good one, that. And then to do it differently on the other side as well, that's also quite disgusting. Ooh, to do it very differently as well, actually. Oof. But you know what they say? Move fast, break stuff. I can't even remember who it was that said that. It was one of them. It was one of them guys. Good morning, little girl. Necromorphs. Yeah, I knew it was something morph. Right. We are making blue science. Believe it or not. So I gotta feed that over to the labs. After going and grabbing more belts for the 11 trillionth time. My inventory keeps getting filled with rocks and wood. So often. Was it Zuck? Was move fast break stuff Zuck? My apologies. My apologies for forgetting, I mean, obviously. I'm so sorry that I forgot such an important thing. Such an important mantra. Let's call it a mantra. That's what he would probably... If I super trap, will it do a cool effect? It will play the Diablo 2 clink sound effect of gold dropping and show the text on screen. That's what it will do. No matter how much or how little, the same thing happens. No fancy effects. Where does this need to go? I legitimately forget where my science goes. Okay, up here. That doesn't work. It's a Diablo 2 sound effect. Do I ever make plans offline to min-max builds? You tell me. You tell me. Does it look like I ever make plans offline to min-max builds? Am I winning yet? You tell me. I'm just going to start saying that in response to literally everything. There we go. Blue science. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Military. Tank. The most important things queued. And then it's going to be that. It's going to be not that. It's probably going to be LDS, unfortunately. From penne to spaghetti pasta. Oh, from penne to spaghetti, what pasta would I use to describe my base? Farfalle. Because it is spaghetti. Well, it's pasta. Sorry, it's not spaghetti, it's pasta. Thank you, Benjamin Schwartz, for the 6 I don't know. That is a symbol. It's like this. It's like this. I don't know what that is, but thank you for the 6 of them. 6 galactic credits. Farfalle is bow tie pasta for those who don't know. Yes, so the reason that's not the coin drop sound, look, it's a Diablo 2 drop sound. The reason I would describe my base as Farfalle is because it's got that annoying bit in the middle. Like, it's quite a pretty pasta shape. It's got good source retention qualities, but the bit in the middle where it's crimped never quite cooks correctly. If you have the middle correctly cooked, then the outer bits of the farfalle is overcooked. Whereas if the outer parts are perfect, then the crimped section will be under. Farfalle is, for some reason, one of my wife's favourite pasta shapes, despite being demonstrably bad pasta. Oh, is it literally shekels? Okay. Thank you for your shekels. Apologies or congratulations that your currency has become a meme in certain circles. Speaking of my wife. Okay. She messaged me about something. I'm meeting her later. Alright, so once that is done, to make the tank, I just need to steal some bits, and to make the shells, I need to make explosives. So let's get this plastic over to the bus. It can go like that. Just wanted to say the art on the thumbnail is great. That's Scribbles. Did that. I believe he's in the chat. They are in the chat, I'm sorry. I assume you're a guy because you paint Warhammer. Right? You paint Warhammer, don't you, from the Discord? I'm sure that was you. Don't mind me. Just assuming all Warhammer painters are guys. Am I wrong? Yes. Yes, I'm wrong, but, you know. Am I that wrong? Try Satisfactory next. Fake fan! Fake fan spotted! Everybody point at the fake fan! They haven't looked at literally my entire video catalogue. Fake fan. Sulfur being on the bus, I'm not sure about that. I just kind of unthinkingly did that. Eh. Right, so with plastic and sulfur on the boosey. Wait, I actually don't need plastic for explosives. Oh, I need it for the shells, though. Right. What are my thoughts about LDS cyclers designs in Factorio? An unfortunate necessity. I have no idea what they are, obviously. Mainly here for the RimWorld. That's what makes you a fake fan. Sorry, my eyes have literally glazed over. Hey, I got new glasses. None of you noticed. Just saying. Nobody noticed. Despite them being completely different from my old glasses. I can't actually believe that nobody noticed this enormous shift in style. How did nobody notice? I don't know. I'm pretty disappointed, to be honest, but you know. Alright, what were we doing? Explosives. Which was, for the record, coal, sulfur, and water. Oh, that means I need to use... Oh, it's chemical plant. So let's make some of them. They are a little more square. Yeah, they're a bit bigger and more square. You like without glasses, my eye bags are so much more noticeable. Wow, thanks. That's such a kind thing to say to someone on the internet. I'm so glad you brought them up. It is a new prescription, yes. The day before we left for America, my current prescription glasses got an absolutely enormous scratch on them. Like catastrophic, unusable, ruined type scratch right down the middle of one of the lenses. So I had to go back to a previous prescription, which is those ones that I just put back on for a moment, not the sunglasses. Yeah, I need to put water in it. Wait, I'm getting in the way of my pipes. What was I about to say again? I don't know. Oh yeah. So I've been wearing an old prescription for the last like 2.5 months, which was really rough. My eyeballs have deeply, deeply suffered, but I wanted to wait until I was properly, you know, I needed to kind of wait until my wife's vision insurance was set up, which we could have done earlier, but you know how it is when you move. Things get pushed, let's say. So yeah, finally got correct prescription. So now maybe my eye bags, now maybe my horrific, disgusting, foul eye bags will settle down a bit. So that you guys don't have to vomit every time you look at me because I'm so hideous with my eye bags. How bad is my eyesight without glasses? I'm not particularly long or short-sighted, but I have quite a strong astigmatism. So, it's kind of just an all-over Vaseline filter. Not horrific, like, if I really try, I can read voice quills saying, "What's popping, champs?" And a little bit further up, somebody saying, "Matthew Porter, I'm here to be a fake fan, but the content is cool too, thumbs up." It's just all a bit blurry, and especially like if it's dark and I'm looking at lights, like street lights, the glare is horrific. Like there's a starburst shape pogging. Damn! Well, you can forgive me for that. I'd probably make that mistake even with my glasses on, to be honest. If you look at a small light, which direction does the light blur go towards? All directions. It's literally all. And now I have a spot in my eye because I just stared at a torch. Did you just do that to... Did you just do that so I'd stare into a torch? I like these, like, even though they do look very similar to my other glasses, they have very thin arms. So they fit much nicer behind headphones. I also have a half-formed optic nerve on one eye. Interesting. I have a mole on the right next to the optic nerve of my right eye. As in like a... what's the other word that Americans use for moles? You know, a dark spot. Sunspot? I'm sure you guys have another word for it. Wait, this needs coal. I don't have coal on my bus. Do I? No. God damn it. Gosh darn it. Beauty spot? Freckle. Freckle is the word I was thinking. That's all blind confirmed. Well, I am now because Ocarina just fucking flashbanged me. Sometimes you call them beauty marks. Probably not when they're on the eyeball. As a guess. Do you call them beauty marks when they're on the eyeball?
To get rid of those.
Again, I'm just trying to use this as a marker of which lanes are free. Moles are raised, freckles are flat. That's not true in Ingerland. We would call both flat or raised freckles, moles. And yeah, in the UK we would usually refer to freckles as, like, you know, as there being like a lot of them. Like if you have a freckled face, you know, it's not like... You're not typically talking about one freckle, you're normally talking about like a big cluster. Tank researched. Oh wait, what was the other thing I needed there? Sulfur. I actually really dislike building around a bus. I absolutely acknowledge the insane usefulness and efficiency of a bus, but actually working with one is kind of a pain in the arse. Anyway, explosives. Explosivo. Bring, 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 bring. Hail Satan! Hail Satan! I need to go and get more belts. I need to go and get more belts. I need to go and get more belts. I'm going to run all the way up here just to go and get some more belts. Anyway, I had my, in case anybody's curious or concerned, I had my eyeball mole monitored in the UK for over the course of like a year or two, and it is flat and it is not growing yet. But they do say I really do need to be careful about wearing properly UV protective sunglasses when I'm out in the sun a lot, because it could become malignant. Because it really is right. It like sort of partially encircles the optic nerve, so you wouldn't want that one to go bad. Steel plate, plastic bars, and explosives. 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 So I'm just making 2 explosives a second here. This is just a very small little explosives production facility. In order to make these, I need very, very small amounts of explosives. I don't really want to put explosives on my bus, because then in a biter attack it could explode and destroy everything. Not really. Obviously, I'm just making a bad joke. You know me, making my funny little jokes. Am I really going to make... No, I was about to make 4 assemblers making explosive shells. That would be perverse, frankly. I've already forgotten. It's plastic and steel, yes. Jeez. Wait a minute. No, it's gotta go. Again, I don't actually like working with a bus. I like what it does for my factory, but I do not like having to work with it. No, absolutely not. I do not want a mixed steel and sulfur belt. Oi, oi, oi. Having to craft stuff from wood is brutal. Yeah, when you discover it, when you discover that you have to do it, it hurts very badly, but you quickly get over it, in my experience. Like in that moment where I realized that I had to make resin in order to make my blue science. Yeah, that hurt pretty bad, but you get over it. If Hazel does a RimWorld stream, he should do Twitch Toolkit, but like within reasonable fun limits and not everything be cheap and horrible. What, so like people are able to pay for certain events to happen in RimWorld? That sounds really uncomfortable. I'm not comfortable with that kind of content, I don't think. I feel like the only thing my viewers should be able to buy is time in like a private video room with me, so I can show them my asshole. I need some engine units and some gear wheels to make my tonk. Tonk. Gear, wheels, engine units. Here they are. I'm sure I put them in a box somewhere. So maybe I don't have to wait quite this long. Wow, I'm not making enough engines to feed this, this stuff. Well, it's fine. I'll just swap them up to blue assemblers or something a little later. But also, yeah, it's not real money. Oh, is it like Twitch channel points or something? But having not streamed enough on Twitch and not having like a load of regular Twitch viewers, aren't they not gonna have... I don't know. I think that works better if you're... No, not a train station! I think that works better if you're regularly streaming on Twitch. Can't wait for November to be over. The having to not masturbate is really getting to me. Jim, nobody's forcing you to be chaste through this month. It's a choice that you've made. Some would say it's noble. Personally, I don't know that I believe there's any benefit to retaining your seed. I think I've heard the argument before that it would increase your testosterone levels. I actually don't believe that's true. It's actually pretty interesting that I can just like misrepresent people as much as I want. I can just pretend people have said things. Yes. Very interesting. I just, I mean, to be honest, even if it's Twitch Toolkit money, I still think it doesn't sound fun. So, like, you know, regardless, I still think it sounds like an unfun experience for, mainly for me, but therefore for everybody, because if I'm not having fun, what are you guys doing here? Alright, let me go grab a load of coal to fuel this thing with. Do I have like half decent shooting speed? I'm gonna queue that because it makes a huge difference on the tank. Then I'm gonna queue rocket fuel, blue circuits, lube. Yeah. Electric furnaces, even though we're miles away from that. I'm actually just going to leave the tank there for now. No need to drive it away from the ammo production. I just need to grab some coal to fuel it. I need to grab some red ammo for its gun. That's coal coke, which isn't what I wanted to use as its fuel, but maybe I just will anyway. Seen some kind of Twitch integration that doesn't require points at all. My main point here is that I find Twitch integration to be unfun. Is my main point. As a human being, I cannot imagine it ever being fun. Any of you guys having any level of control over my game. Basically. There are a number of reasons why I like RimWorld and a number of reasons why I don't like RimWorld. And the main reason why I don't like RimWorld It's the people who play it. So so why would I want them having literally any level of control over my game? So I'm gonna kill some biters now with my new guns. Creator hates his fans. Oopsie. Let's just reverse a moment so my oil line can be rebuilt. Oopsie. I hate the RimWorld player base. Or at least 90% of it. Or the 90% of it that I hear. The 90% of it that makes noise. Because they usually make noise at me. I really like my audience. Generally. What do you like? That's an excellent question. I hope someday to learn what I like. Haven't got there yet. Honestly, I'm subbing. Okay, Clippy. I do not care. I do not care. Do I play Underrail? No, I've watched Seth's video on it. It looks interesting, but it also looks pretty frustrating. I'm sure I could enjoy it, but I don't know if I ever will. You know what, does that make sense? I'm definitely capable of enjoying that video game, but I don't know if I ever will. What microphone is that? SM7B. It's the microphone that everyone uses. Quite good reason. Tycoon, as difficult as you want. Are you okay, Ron? Are you okay? I mean, obviously not, but... I'm not sure I can agree with RimWorld as a Tycoon game. Alright, everybody, can we please leave my tank alone? RimWorld is a colony management game built around a story generator. Ron, I'm sorry, Ron. I don't want you talking in my chat for at least half an hour. Chill out, man. You think you might be struggling with something else, and it might be influencing how you feel about other things. Let's all just forget about that one. Brother took one comment about RimWorld's player base incredibly serious and then went on a strange tangent and got bullied for it. So let's just all chill out. Oh, somebody's asking what Ron said, and this is my favourite part, because now I can say that Ron said some hideous racist stuff. And you can't prove me wrong, because when you time someone out, it deletes all their messages. Dude, yeah, it was foul. I had to shut him up, because he was saying some really hideous stuff. I had to put a stop to it. I just can't. There's kids in the chat. They don't want to see that. Right. So I feel like for a while there my pollution was actually closing in. Can a Factorio nerd remind me what the button is that makes the pollution overlay show whether or not it's growing on the map? Oh, I think I might have. I think it's in here somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, some of these tiles, I think they're actually losing... I mean, I just saw that one. I think the forest is actually eating some pollution. Like, I wonder if there is... Alt F4. Like, I'm wondering if it's worth building a load of tree farms, because they seem to actually be... Like, surely they're not actually doing that much. Like, because compared to just the natural forest nearby, they're nothing, right? I mean, this is my, like, pollution center right now, just my tiny power generation. Actually, come to think of it, how is my power generation still sufficient? Well, whatever. Try not to think about it. I might actually start mass-producing solar panels and accumulators. I really like running solar power in Factorio. And especially now because you have to make solar panels anyway for Space Age. You're very different on stream and in videos. Yes, that's true. Because I've written a script when I record a video. So I can be whoever I want to be. Whereas on a stream, I only really have one choice, and that's being who I actually am. Which is a shame. Put a tree farm around the power. Like, I honestly think that I might. Like, I can probably make these little, I could make a little blueprint for a little pollution vacuum, right? Alright, that's probably enough bio clearance for a little while, especially if I can actually successfully suck up some pollution. It would be a fun, different, slightly different vibe for Factorio to suck some pollution up. I remember playing Crastorio 2, and that had the insanely overpowered air filters. It was really good fun to watch the pollution cloud contract back towards your base. So, tree farms. I do have one, so I can make a... Oh, unfortunately, there is... Where'd that tree farm go? There it is. I'm just trying to spread the truth. think we're back. I think we're back. I think we are back. Just looking at OBS, I believe it has become stable again. So if I just fed some code over here... Wait, can this consume... Can this just be fueled with wood? Coal, go away. Go away, coal. No one asked for you. I want to know if you can feed yourself. I need some wood for that. Burner agricultural tower cannot be fueled with wood. It can be... Okay, coal. Okay, coal. Fine. Fine. Come on, then. You're going to cry about it. I'll let you play. But only half a belt. Whoa, 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 whoa. Cool it, brother. Only half a belt, though. So this is how I would, like, do this. And it goes like that. Could probably do that slightly better. Mind you, that needs to be connected, so only just. No, I mean... If this wasn't all desert that can't have a tree farm on it, I would actually make like a relatively large but completely redundant. The only problem is I need to I would have to dump the excess wood somehow because it's just gonna jam up real fast. I don't know. Funny little idea. Right. Next step should probably be do proper copper. Proper copper. Proper copper. Hey up, copper, you proper. Sorry, I don't know what came over me there. So we're going to have to go down here. We're going to be doing more train stuff. What can wood be used for? Make tables with it. Make knickknacks. You can make some interesting instruments with it. You can make a glockenspiel. For example, those are made of wood, right? A glockenspiel. And there we go, we've got 100 lipsticks, or 300 lipsticks even. So I can go down and clear some of these nests. Where did I leave my tank? Wait. Drive remotely, baby. Oh yes. It's the future. The future is now, baby. Glockenspiels are made of metal, or at least the ones I used to play. No, they're wooden. That's why they make the noise they do. Glockenspiel. I am thinking of a different instrument. We just call that a xylophone here. I
I am thinking of a different instrument.
Marimba. I mean, a marimba, yeah, those are made of wood, but I'm thinking of the literal just like... You know, the instrument I'm thinking of may or may not be called a wood block, but it's literally just a block of wood with like a hollow cut out of it so that it goes like, you know, in a specific tone. That would be a wood block. Makes sense. Makes sense. Who'da thunk? I'm actually, I'm going to let you in on a small piece of my life. I'm actually having music lessons at the moment. I want to have a half-decent grasp on music theory. Mainly for guitar, but, you know, generally as a transferable skill. Just because I can. And I think it would be cool to actually know some stuff. Yes. Very interesting. Now you know. Now you know. Big old nest. I have to do some repairing to this. Alright everyone, that's enough. You've had your fun, that's enough. Start making my own background music. I don't think that I really want to write music. It's something that I want to understand, but I don't know that I have much, and I could be wrong, but I don't know that I have much of a, like, creative spark musically. I'd like to be able to reproduce music. I like to be able to reproduce. I actually really don't. I don't want kids. As like, you know, I own guitars because I like to be able to play songs on the guitar, but I don't actually have much drive to create my own music. It would be very, very fun to have my own recordings, have covers of like some game soundtracks that I could use. That would be funny. Do someone with perfect pitch. There's a lot more to it than just perfect pitch though, right? That's also an insane level of talent to be able to just do that. Like, being able to recognize the pitch is like half the battle. If you just want to recreate stuff, you don't really need the theory. I know. Because that's what I've been doing for the past 15 years. But it feels a little empty, doesn't it? It feels like being a printer. The thing about art is that when you look at art, visual art, you can look at it and your brain just kind of knows what it's looking at. But with music, I think that there's another layer, because I can listen to it and go, that sounds good. But I think that the theory smarts, for me, and this is not necessarily universal, applies more powerfully. Having musical theory knowledge applies more powerfully a more powerful buff to my enjoyment of music than having artistic, technical skill applies a buff to my appreciation of visual art. I can paint to a passable level. I can paint Warhammer. I can paint miniatures quite well, but I can, you know, I can paint with acrylic paint on a canvas to a half decent level. But I don't feel like that improves my enjoyment of high level traditional art as much as knowing why a musician chose to write a song a certain way affects my enjoyment of that song. I don't think I'm doing a very good job of explaining what I think here. But I know what I think. I have quite good pitch recognition. But I haven't done the memorizing. Like I can distinguish intervals very well, which is the difference in pitch between two notes. But I don't have the like the raw memorization to be able to tell you that that particular pitch is a C, for example. Like, I'm quite good at telling you and figuring out that two tones are X number of semitones apart, but I might not know that I'm telling the difference between an F and a B. Yet. That's kind of... I'm getting there with that. Oh my god, the rocks. I want to generate a Factorio world with no rocks. A geologically barren planet. Where's that planet mod? Flat grass. Can I generate a flat grass Factorio world? It's not so bad when you aren't streaming. Like, if you're actually focusing on what you're doing, it's not that hard to avoid the rocks. But when you're talking about other stuff and looking at chat, man, I just love to drive into stuff. I'm just kind of doing some exploration and biter clearance right now, by the way. It would be nice to have another half-decent copper node, and there I believe it is. To be fair, learning a bit of music theory has also just been a very good motivator to get me to be more mechanically proficient at playing guitar. What am I driving? Oh, of course, a rock. Who the fuck? Just because you you don't have to, but like, if you're going to learn some complicated and interesting theory stuff, then you are also going to have to be able to actually, well, you're probably going to want to be able to play some interesting and weird stuff. So you just get some mechanical skill just by virtue of spending the time with the instrument. Some of these grenades while I'm at it. Bloody hell, that was good. I can't really play much guitar this week because my fingers are fucked. Annoyingly. Can barely even use my scroll wheel right now. That's annoying. 8 million copper. Yeah, that'll do. The 4 million here is much more convenient, so I'll probably use that first. Ooh, there's stone there as well. I didn't see that. Was there another stone patch? Just no, I was looking at that. There's 1 million coal there. Okay, yeah, I got plenty of coal. Good, very good. What fucked my fingers? Take a wild guess. Climbing. It's always climbing. I've been doing a lot of board climbing recently, climbing on these system boards, in particular the kilter board. If you want to Google what my op looks like, my main op is the kilter board, which has a particular style of hold. That's just really good at irritating my fingers. They're like deep, juggy, but quite... A lot of pressure gets put on the joint, basically, and it's pissed off my pointer finger in a nerve fashion. Okay, I think that's enough clearance for a good while. Crimps. No, actually, interestingly, not crimps. Right, I'm gonna have to make some rails, and I'm not gonna handcraft them this time. My relationship with handcrafting is over. Just for rails, at least. Not full stop, but for rails right now, at least. So I need stone. I need stone. Yes. Is that my, like, nearest stone? Let's turn off pollution so I can see. Can I search for nodes? Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, there's a 1.7 million node there. Very nearby. That's handy. Let's do power poles. It's time to just make some stuff that I should have made quite a long time ago. Just got done binging a lot of your RimWorld stuff. Thank you for the views. Thank you for your patronage. Right, so if I wanted to just bang out the 2 different power poles. Steel plates, iron sticks, and copper. Okay, so it's the same ingredients for both. So if I could just, like, shift you down 1. Did I lose my... No, I didn't. Wait. Robots? Did I lose some robots out there somewhere? Okay. Sticks, copper. Whoops, these are too close. And I was gonna copy, or rather cut and paste them, but I appear to have lost my robots out in the woods, so maybe not. They'll come back. They'll come back. How's the adjustment to America going? Well, there's not really a lot of adjustment, I would say. There's some bureaucracy that's gone a little bit in the way, but I wouldn't say there's much of an adjustment, personally. I need to go soon. Not yet, but soon. Okay. I don't have any electric poles. I mean, that is what I'm doing here. Suppose I could use small power poles, kind of like ironically, to make my big power poles. It's not really ironic, but you get the point. Oh wait, this needs to... You must respect the bus. And I need to go and grab some underground bells. I'm taking the tank. Okay, that's as far as the tank goes. Man, if only it was possible to make these things somewhere else. But no, this is the only place where you can make belts and belt accessories. The only place. All the way up here. Notice any differences in Halloween between the US and the UK? No. There was, weirdly though, there was no trick-or-treating here. None. Zero. Like, apparently throughout the city, there was no trick-or-treating. Just, doesn't seem like anyone wanted to go out or something. I don't know. I mean, we weren't prepared for anyone to come trick-or-treating, don't get me wrong, I'm glad, but... I guess that the decor is a little bit more extreme, like the Halloween decorating. The giant skeletons. You do see those in the UK, but probably a little bit less. Did I get that wrong? No, it's right. Okay. Oh my god, I cannot use computers. I simply cannot use computers. Right, so now I just need to go one tile wider in a slightly gross turn of events so that I can fit steel onto here. Sorry, 2 tiles wider is what I meant to say. Medium electric poles, big electric poles. There we go. It's one of many small things I needed to do for a long time. But I am going to call that for today. It's about 4 hours and I need to kind of get out of here. Here being in front of this computer, I've been here for too long. So thanks for hanging out. Always very appreciative that people will show up to watch me play a video game like this. Let me go ahead and save the game. Ligma 12. Let's go big camera and just spend some time with beans. Say it with me now. Beans. Just actually say it out loud in your real life. Say beans. Beans. Just say beans. Say it. Say beans. You don't have to yell. Just say it. Beans. Alright. Bye. Why is the can dented? Don't you worry your little pretty head about the can. Just say beans. Now get out of here! Scram!